Hello, my name is Aparna Sunil and welcome to my tutorial of crochet for intermediate learners. Crochet is a technique of creating surfaces or textiles by making interlocking loops using a yarn or a thread. It is a very easy skill to learn that can help you make a variety of products like sweaters, hats, bags, keychains, scarves, jewelry, toys, and literally anything else under the sun. For this particular lesson, however, we will be learning how to make a textured tote bag. I will now walk you through the materials that are required to make this particular project. First and most importantly, we will be needing yarn. The yarn that I am using for this project is the 100% acrylic Red Heart Super Saver yarn. This yarn is a size 4 or a medium weight yarn, as you can see in the label. When you purchase yarn for your project, it does not have to be of this brand. However, I would advise you to purchase size 4 yarn. You can still make the bag out of a yarn that is of a different size. However, you will have some issues in getting the size of the product right. This is because if you use a yarn that is higher in number, it will be thicker and it would create a larger product with the same number of stitches. Similarly, if you use a yarn that is of a lower number, say a size 2 or a size 3 yarn, that would create a smaller product with the same number of stitches that we will be using. Next, we will need the hook. For this particular project, I will be using a 5mm crochet hook because that is the most ideal size to use for this kind of yarn. If you use a hook that is too small, the stitches can end up being too tight, and similarly, a hook that is large would create stitches that are much looser than what we need. Other than this, we need a few other materials like a pair of scissors that can help us cut off any ends of yarn. You can also keep a measuring tape around since it can help you track your progress. You can also use a yarn needle or a tapestry needle as it is commonly called. A tapestry needle is basically a plastic needle that has a blunt end and a very large eyelet. We use such needles to weave in the excess ends of yarn that are remaining after we've completed the project. Doing this will give a very nice, clean and finished look to our project. And finally, we'll also need a safety pin because to use as a stitch marker. A safety pin can be used to keep track of the number of rows that you're making so that you don't lose count of the number of stitches you're making. And you would also, this is optional, but you can also use a decorative button like so to just be a nice addition to the bag that you're making. By the end of this course, you will be able to make this beautiful textured tote bag. As you can see, it has this wonderful waffle-like texture all around. This bag is approximately 13 inches high and 19 inches in width. Since this is a course designed for intermediate learners, it will be very helpful if you have some previous knowledge about how to handle a crochet hook, as well as if you're familiar with some basic stitches such as single crochet and double crochet. However, if that is not the case, if you are not familiar with such stitches or if you have lost touch with them, that is perfectly fine because in the following video, I will take you through some of the basic stitches that are required to make this product. So let's quickly get started.